Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we are doing this window. So I'm going to show you guys roughly, well, not roughly, exactly, how to measure these exterior windows without having any issues. So what I do is, as I measure, I hook my tape on that end of the window, and then I pull it across. And see, it says 35 and a half. I go 35 and 5/8. Now if I pull from the bottom up, it says 29 and a half. I go 29, and you guessed it, 5/8. So there's this little bit of plastic that kind of overhangs. See how it's kind of like got a edge corner there? Alright, this is one that we've already finished and caulked. Can't tell any nail holes. Everything looks pimp. So because of that, I always go an eighth bigger and then split the difference. 16th on both sides. Now, I'm going to basically go back and cut the trim. But you see, I'm not cutting the trim in a traditional way. And now, I also don't advise anybody to do it this way because it's dangerous. But I'm a trained professional. And so, what I do is I use my little circular saw. Let's see here. Let's see if we can. I got the camera set up. Now, let me just put this in the holder here. We're going to come from this angle. You guys get to see. So I don't advise that anyone should wedge their saw so the guard's not there. But basically, I've done this even when I do finished carpentry and I'm doing trim. I use this thing. Best tool ever. Best way to do it. So basically what I do, because I know my trim is 3.5 inches across, right? 3.5 inches. So my 29, which I need to take the measurement on the inside on the angle, which is hard to hook, right? You can't hook on that angle. What I do is I just hook. I go 29, and then I move it over and I go 7 more inches. And that should give me 42 and 5/8, which is what I need, which is what I'm looking for. So then I take my square. And I put my square there, and I kind of, just for camera purposes, I know that there's a notch right there. Now I'm not recommending anyone do it this way. This gives you perfect 45. Obviously I can't use this because this has a little bit of a rounded edge. But if I were to use one of the ones I've already cut, you can see that it's perfect. Alright, my hands are shaky. Perfect 45. Right? Okay, I did this edge. Look at that. Perfect 45. So, I mark it on the back. I don't know if you can see, there's still a pencil line. The pencil line is still there, and you want to leave that because that's what you want to be your true measurement. Now we'll double check on that edge. I got 35 and 5/8, which is exactly what I need. So that's one side of the window. Now I'm going to clean this edge up again. Move the little on me. The key is to make sure the saw sits nice and flat. So you can do this with stuff that has a profile. You just have to turn it on the back side of things. So we need another one of those at 35. So measure my 35 and 5/8. I already know the measurement, but right here, I don't know if you can tell on your tape, you've got these little red numbers, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 12 till it hits the next foot. So I just line up with whatever's closest. Got my 35 and 5/8. Then I go 3 foot, the next closest. Then I go 3 foot 7. I make a mark. And I need an angle going this way. So just put my pencil in the place of that mark. Move my square up to that mark. And that's what I do. So now, when I cut, you literally just cut comfortably and easily. I want to leave the line. And then you get a perfect 45. Look at that. Nice, perfect 45. Okay, so I need 29 and 5/8. On the back side like we did last time, 29 and 5/8. Closest is the 3 again. We'll go to our 7-inch mark. 7 is right there. Make my square butt into that. This is just a way to, if you don't have a miter saw or you don't have anything, use one of these little guys. Now, I got my 29 and 5/8. Two. These are just extra pieces that I don't need. Let's throw those out somewhere. So off of a fresh piece of board, we'll cut my 45 automatically. I want to make it line up in that corner. Perfect. Measurements again. So now why I'm adding 7 is because 3.5 is 7 inches. So that is no. I line it. I make sure my my pencil butt because then that way I'm 100% accurate on what I need. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut. Perfect. So there's our window pieces. Now, I will suggest that if you buy material, I don't know if the camera picks this up, but I asked the homeowner who told me that he got this from the homeowner. He told me he got this from the original piece was from Home Depot. So what did I do? I went and I bought vinyl from Home Depot so it all matches. I asked him to pick up some more for me. Then he went and got this piece from Rona. It's a completely different color, but I just want to be done with this job because there's all these little things that seem to keep happening that stop things from getting finished. Then he's telling me, why didn't I buy this? Because it's shiny around the edges. I'm like, well, I bought the exact same stuff you had. Now you went and bought something different from what I asked for, but I can't sit here and teach everyone how to make life decisions. I just do. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to go and install this. So take a walk with me. I'm going to actually hold the phone. I'm going to bring all this. We're going to bring all the stuff that we need for the window. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to install the window. Oh, the window's already installed. You're going to see the water seal going on, the Blueskin, then the window installation, the trim. Not in that order, but that's what you're going to get to witness. And we're doing it over here in this section. It's just been one of those jobs, you know, where it should have only taken maybe 5 days at most. Depends on what you're using. I don't have a what's it called, excavator, a mini digger, or anything like that. So all of these holes had to be dug by hand, which isn't the best way to do this, but it's one way to do it nevertheless. So with all that said, I got my little crate that I used to sit on, and what else do we need? We need this brush. We definitely don't need the level. We don't even need, well, we'll bring the hammer just because we might need it. The skill saw can be put back to safe because we're not cutting anything, so now the guard works. I just wedged something there. Make sure when you're using this you don't bring it back to your leg or to anything behind you. You of course have to be extremely careful when using that tool. Now we got the air hose, we got our trim, we got our Blueskin, we got all that stuff. Look, this was nicely filled back in, by the way. We're gonna have to throw some rock on top here so that they can pour their concrete again. And now we're gonna go install the window well, blue skin, and put all the dirt back. Because that was a deep hole. Just so you guys can witness what's going on, I'm going to set up the camera here so you guys can see for yourself how we're doing this. Okay. Friday during the day. Turn that like that. And give her a little tilt down. That should be good. We got everything right at our fingertips here. May as well show you. Start to finish what we're doing here. So that broom, our broom to wipe down some of this dust. So we need our blue skin spray first and foremost. Spray it on there nicely. Give it a little bit of time to dry too. This is just preparing the surface for something to come. And now I'm going to use this trim on the back of it. I'm going to cut what I need. Well, I thought I had everything over there. So I guess it's a good thing that every man should have a knife. So we need about inches. Right there. Because I want to overlap about 2. So now that's my overlap of 2 inches. Bam, bam, perfect. So we're going to turn this into 2 pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it into itself. Just going to put a crease in the middle. This way I can get an even fold. And then now I'm going to cut down the middle. I don't really have a lot of room in the hole to show you me cutting this. Hi. Somebody's saying hi in the comments. Can't really see because it's the sun. But so now I'm going to cut right down that middle of the fold. And then you should have the bottom and top pieces. Just a little more of a cut there. So I sprayed that first because while that's drying, it's getting tacky, and now we can start to basically almost install our product. What am I doing? I'm doing water sealing around the window. So those are those pieces. Now I need a piece that goes from top to bottom. So again, we'll just measure the window size the same way we did our trim. And then that's where the 6 inches starts. So now I'm going to make that go 6 inches past. I just want about 2-inch overlap. Stuff. Cut down the middle. And all the way through. And there's our 2 pieces for the sides. So now in real time you'll get to see me installing everything. What we'll do is we'll start with the bottom. Because what you want is when it overlaps, you want it to overlap the bottom piece. So when the water comes running down, it doesn't get in behind. That's why we're doing it this way. So this is the bottom. Yeah, those are the 2 sides. milk crate. What you want to do is, because the side you cut is probably not going to be 100% accurate, so I'll use the factory edge going against the edge of the window. Like that. We've already put in our drain pan. That's what this is now. Down below. Now, bottom part. Have that. Stick that. And pulling back on the wax protectant. Now we can do our sides. This way no water can get in behind. Everything's nicely sealed. The same deal on this one. Oh, they're going to a certain height. Let's see. Covered nicely. Perfect. See how I'm just pulling the glue protectant strip off as I go? It just makes it easier to not get it stuck to everything. There's all kinds of bumps and stuff from the carging that's on here. So we're just basically making sure it seals nicely. And put some more, go down, take my factory edge, run it right against the window. That way I got a nice straight edge to go off of. Nice and perfect. Notice how I didn't like glue the whole thing right on right away because I want it to sit nicely. So I can always stretch and manipulate the product. Now, if I wanted to, I could stretch it up, but I don't need to. Make it full crevice. So that it bonds nicely. Usually they got like this rolling tool, but I feel your hands are easier because they fit into the cracks and push everything and so this is going to stop any water from coming down in behind. Now, it's kind of hard in this situation for one because I have to put some coating over the drip edge, right? When this trim goes on, this is the right one. That's going to cover up all that black Blue skin is a term they used for the original product that was like a paint-on blue color. They called it blue skin. Right now, this is a product that someone else gave me. Obviously, because blue skin was the original standard, that's why everyone uses it. So, just so you guys know, this product also is a PVC vinyl. And it's great for the floors and stuff. Now, the other thing being is that the homeowner wants to be as cost efficient as possible because we could technically put a drip edge here in behind, but he doesn't want to do that, so we're just going to do it like this. So I always start out at the bottom of the roof and make sure I'm overhanging just a little bit on this edge. So that all the trim lines up perfect. So now, shoot to the one. And still tap it over slight because it's a little high, and that should make it drop. Tap this over too. So we don't damage anything. Touch because I made it just a little too tight. See how that fits now. I should have used this piece at the bottom. I wasn't paying attention. This is that kind of different colored white. Perfect. Now we can sketch to the caulking part, which is just the added finish. It makes it look nice when it's done. And so man, because of the way the siding sticks out, it makes it really hard to do this. It feels like I'm doing waste a lot of blocking. There's so many like ridges and bumps and obviously have to do the finishing touches on this to make it look boss. And the only way to do that is to obviously have your bucket of water ready to clean what you've already done. So make sure your fingers are wet. You want to place your finger flat into the crack. You kind of want to let it follow the contours. Now use any of the excess to fill in the nail holes. You got excess there? Oh, nail holes are filled. Anyway, wipe my finger so it's nice and clean and wet. What you can do is use two fingers. You just switch. If your one finger gets full, you can switch to the fourth one. Now, you can dab the edge, everything. Dab the whole seam corner, and then wipe off any excess. And so I use this, and then later on I'll do a silicone over top of this. Because this is technically doing the filling and matching the color. So I squeeze off my sponge in the water. And then another wipe. This to kind of make it a little more uniform. And then finish it off. And now I'll do this windowsill. I've got some excess. Fill any holes that I may have missed. And this is to get it looking good. Too much water. You want it kind of damp, really. Make it look nice and smooth, objective. Clean off any excess that you've left behind. Put this there. Alright, so nice and damp. Off any excess. This looks like it needs a little more. The more fluid you are with using your caulking, the nicer the job. You're going to get nice, smooth lines. So that's all good there, there. I'm going to use my little crate to do bottom to the side. There's a big gap on this side. I guess because it landed right on one of his joints. Well, I was hoping I wasn't going to run out of coffee, but sometimes these things happen. The reason why we're covering all the manholes is they're not galvanized, and yeah, you could use galvanized or you could just gap them. This is going to stop any water from getting to them. this, we're going to be installing the window lock. Alright, so I'm going to go grab a tube of caulking. I'll be right back. See, the reason why I use a milk crate was because it's easier to get in and out of the hole. Now I got my knife. I like to cut the tip small. Just on a slight angle. And I cut a notch in the tip. This actually stops it from curling up on the end. Jesus, blade, so it's covered in stuff. nicely covered, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So now we're going to install the window well. So we're 10.5. Yeah, we don't need this. All we need is make sure we have our 30 inches. This is basically how deep this goes. Perfect. We're not going to have to dig down anymore. Perfect. It's all working to plan. I have an unlit cigarette. Keep yourself hydrated. This is hot. So now, huh? No, I'm good, thank you. Upstairs guy. So, it's going to get loud for a second because I'm going to be installing these things called smack pins. And since you won't be able to hear me, I'm just going to make use of what's in my mouth. So what I do is I drill one side. Install one smack pin. I like to use the claw of the hammer. This way it can teeter. So I like to put 4 smack pins, 2 on each side, depending on the size. If it was mine, I might do 3, like my house. And this one, just gonna push it in a touch. There you have it. Windows in, trims on. Windows in. Let's do it in order. Window is cut, concrete's broken up, framing is done, window is installed, blue skin is installed after, then trim, then window well, now dirt. We'll do the dirt process too if you guys want to watch that for a few minutes. I'm not going to subject you guys to watching the entire thing. But, yeah. At least we'll be able to use up a good chunk of this dirt because there is a lot of extra dirt. Because you think that this area is no longer there anymore. It's over here. So, let's get her done. See, the best part is this stuff is so strong. Just with those 2 smack pins, I could probably walk on it. Look at that. So let's give you guys a different view. This is the caulking we did. You can't see any nail holes. Everything's nicely sealed on all sides of the window. Window well is in. And now it is time to do the dirt. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I want to thank each and every one of you that has liked and shared my content. Because without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. And to be quite honest, without YouTube, I wouldn't be doing this. I started this channel because of my dog. I wanted to take photos and video and have something to constantly be able to look back into the past as I live my future now of that glorious dog's life. I'm so happy that I have such a beautiful animal in my life, and I'm so grateful. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.